Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really crazy, fun, awesome video. But a couple weeks ago, I bought this Savage 110 BA Stealth chambered in .338 Lapua. I get messages every single day. When you gonna shoot the Lapua? When you gonna shoot the Lapua? Today is the day, but I haven't been shooting this rifle because I've been waiting on my scope to show up. But when you buy a .338 Lapua Magnum, you can't wait weeks and weeks to shoot that thing. You gotta shoot it. So here's a close-up look. If you haven't seen it or you don't know what this rifle is, sweet shooting .338 Lapua Magnum. This is a Savage 110 BA Stealth. We're not gonna go over this, but give it a Google, check it out. The BA Stealth has got this collapsible stock, all kinds of goodies packed into this rifle, and the coolest thing about it, this one's chambered in .338 Lapua Magnum. See what we got on here? We have a red dot. Yes, a red dot on a .338. We're gonna send it. We're gonna get this thing sighted in, shoot it a whole lot. Reason I wanted to wait on that scope is because this ammo's not cheap, but hey, I've been waiting too long and I got the itch to shoot this baby. And we're gonna see if you can use a red dot on a .338 Lapua Magnum. I don't see why not, but it should be a whole lot of fun. I'm gonna get the camera set up down range here and we're gonna sight this baby in. First time I've ever shot a .338 Lapua Magnum, so should be a whole lot of fun. If you're not familiar with the .338 Lapua Magnum, which there's really no reason you should be unless you like guns as much as I do or you're a military sniper or something, but that is a .338 Lapua Magnum. It's more or less between a 300 Win Mag and a 50 BMG, at least when you talk about calibers that aren't extremely rare. .338 Lapua is still somewhat common, but here you have it. These are 250 grain projectiles here that we have today, but let's get to shooting it, see how we can do with that red dot. All right, so like I said, we're going to be using this red dot, and this ammo's not the cheapest, so hopefully this red dot is at least a little bit on. At least with my eyeballs, a red dot's only good to about 75 yards if you want to be somewhat accurate. So I just took this off of a TriStar KRX shotgun, and before that this red dot was on a Magnum Research BFR revolver, and it should be pretty much center. All right, I'm gonna load one in the magazine here and let's see how we can do with it. Hopefully this red dot's pretty close already, so we don't have to do a whole lot of shooting, but that magazine gets in there real good. Catches in there real good. Come on, baby, be pretty close. I'm gonna aim at that right bullseye there. I'm gonna run down there quick and see where we hit. I can't see it from way back here. Well, we completely missed, so I am gonna take it in a little bit closer and see what we can do and dial it in from there. All right, so I've closed the distance about halfway, and looking down this, it seems to be right in line with the barrel, so I either must be really high or really low, but I'll take another shot just freehand, see if we can get somewhat of a feeling of where this red dot needs to be adjusted. All right, so you saw that hit there, and it's about 6 inches high. So we need to come down quite a bit. So I'm gonna go up to the bench, make some adjustments, and see if we can take another shot from the bench back there. All right, so judging how that hit, this thing's probably gonna need like 25 clicks, and I already forgot which way this needs to be clicked, so let me pull out my Google here. Seriously, I got a terrible memory. I cannot remember stuff like that. Yeah, I was about to click it the wrong way. So let's do this here and see if we can get this closer to the bullseye. I just put 25 clicks on that baby. Let's see if we can get it closer to the bullseye back here from this distance at the bench. Hopefully we're a little bit closer than last time. Like I said, because this ammo's not cheap. I tell you what, the wind has picked up like crazy, so hopefully you guys can hear what I'm saying. But let's take this third shot here, see what we can do. Oh boy, look at that wind. I can't see from here. Let's go down there and take a look at it quick. So we made the adjustment, but then we backed up to the bench and we barely hit the top of that paper. So what that means is we need to crank down on this some more. Yep. And what I did was I just cranked this red dot all the way down. This already has a rail on it, and I can't remember if it has the adjustment already. This is a long-range sniper rifle, right guys? It's not meant to be shot with a red dot. So got this red dot adjusted all the way down. Let's see where it hits on the bullseye now. I'm actually a little bit confident that we'll be pretty close to the bullseye here. Again, it's about as far as my eyeballs can see with the red dot, and still feel confident that I'm gonna hit what I'm aiming at. So we'll see what happens with this red dot cranked all the way down here. Well, that one, I saw dust fly, but I don't know if it hit in front of or hit the target. Let me run down there and look at it. Either I hit the dirt in front of the target, or I hit that same hole as the first one on paper. So I'm gonna back off this just a little bit and see what happens on this shot. Let's see where this one hits. Here goes shot number 5. This is either gonna hit close to the bullseye or be in between those two holes we can already see. I can't. Looks like we're on the paper on the bottom of the green. Yep, so now we're about 4 inches low, so now we just need to back this back up again here. I'm kind of worried this red dot might be jumping around here, but sucker's mounted on there real good, and I've had it on a Magnum Research BFR and a 12 gauge slug gun, so I think it's up to the 338. Let's see where this one hits. Looks like shot number 6. This is probably my most expensive sighting in of all time, but let's see where this baby hits. That one closer, but just a hair high and to the left. So I'm gonna make one more adjustment. Now let's take it back down just a hair. And this one ought to be pretty close to the bullseye, we hope. Cross your fingers for me. What is this? Shot number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shot number 7. Fire in the hole. I think we kissed the bullseye on that baby. Tell you what, let's take this camera down there and see what we can see. I can't see that far with my eyes way down here, so unload this baby. Rifle safe. Ooh, doggy, I like that rifle. All right, so down here, way at the end of the range, let's take a quick look at our hits here. Remember, we took 7 shots. I'm pretty sure my first shot was one of these up here, because when we cranked it down next, my first hit was there. Then I went back to the bench, and this one was the freehand one, offhand shot. And this one we went back to the bench and hit it there. Then we cranked it down again and hit down there. Then we cranked it up, hit there. Then we made that one last adjustment and kissed the bullseye. And I don't know about you, but I'd say that that's good enough for me. I don't feel like I need to get it perfectly in the center there. So, real quick review here. My first shots ever shooting .338 Lapua Magnum. And let me tell you what, I don't know if it's the rifle or just my expectations, and since I shoot a lot of 50 BMG or what to expect, but this rifle does not kick at all. I would absolutely compare this to a .308. Now I might go pick up a .308 and say it shoots like a BB gun, because I shoot the big bore guns all the time. 450 Bushmaster, 458 SOCOM, 4570, 50 BMG. I just like really big guns. That's why I went and bought this sucker in the first place. But .338 Lapua Magnum does not kick bad at all. I absolutely love this Savage. Those of you that have shot a Savage rifle know that Savage makes some real good stuff. So the 110 BA Stealth is one bad mamma jamma, and you absolutely can shoot a red dot from it. That sucker held good, and you guys know me, this is a $20 red dot from Amazon that some company actually gave to me. I'll see if I can find those links if any of you guys are interested. But red dot, rocking and rolling on this .338. Now that we got it sighted in, we're gonna have to have this red dot in some videos. So let me know what you guys want us to shoot with this .338 Savage. This is a super sweet shooting rifle, and we're gonna be shooting this a whole lot. Hopefully I can find some sales on some ammo here. But a big thanks and a big shout out to the Heavy Metal Guns and Outdoors channel. You guys check them out. We'll see you on the next one. Hooty hoo!